An area I didn't think we would be talking about a couple of years ago. Northampton scrum troubles this weekend against Exeter. 10 penalties. They got humped a bit by Claremont the week before, and it's an area that's becoming a bit of a concern. But I'm not sure that necessarily all of them were penalties. We might have a disagreement on a couple. Let's have a look at the first scrum of the game, and the penalty's actually on the far side. It's Tom Francis on this side, Corbisiero, and they both come in together. I actually think the gap opens up a little bit, but you're not so sure. Well,
no, I think Exeter, that you look at their feet stay in the ground, they wait, they squeeze, and I think it's Northampton who give up first.
Right, OK. And then, actually, Corbisiero got the penalty at the next scrum. The third scrum, again a penalty. This time it's on this side, the loose head side for Exeter. Penalty goes against Denman, the tight head for Northampton, but it's all to do with this elbow. If we just roll it on, let's have a little look what happens. One tug there, and then ball comes in, and the secondary, the Titan. I think that's a really harsh penalty against Northampton.
Very, very harsh. The only thing I can think is that linesman sort of said that Northampton's released his bind first, but that's harsh. OK,
let's go and have a quick look at those with our two scrums. We've got the Blues are going to represent Exeter. The Greens are obviously going to be Northampton. We've got ZZ Top in the front row for Exeter. Right, so this side, OK, so this is Corbisiero, this is Denman. Talk us through what happened.
So basically what happens here is that Exeter don't give up, they keep squeezing, and Ben Moon does a fantastic job. So what happens is Corbisiero steps out to try and attack him, and Exeter just keep walking through. And it all relies on Ben Moon going forward and creating a 3-on-2.
And it's actually an area, if we go back slightly, guys, it's an area that they struggled with all game. And sometimes once the referee gets something in your mind, and even from the Northampton perspective, they're a bit cautious because they're thinking, well, we don't want to get pinged for this, and you do things that you wouldn't normally do. But I just wondered whether that gap opened up, because if that gap opens up and Francis goes in, he can't stay square, can he? Because otherwise he's going to get shunted out. Let's go over to the other side and have a little look at the one we are agreeing on, which is, this is Denman here, and we've got Moon here. So you can see the bind there, Mears. Talk us through.
Yeah, so basically he's got a very strong bind. It looks like he should have had it further, which is why he was able to roll him in. But I do think that maybe Denman had his legs too far back. So you can see Ben Moon almost...
your legs a little bit further back so we can see.
Ben Moon,
the inside one.
Ben Moon tugs once, twice, and because he's so wide, he's able to just almost pull him onto the floor.
That's right. His legs are a long way back. It's almost like taking the rug away, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, let's go and have a look at later on in the game. Now, as we approach this scrum, Northampton are in real problems. They've got a man in the bin, so they've got no number 8. They're on their own line. It's panic stations, and Corbisiero gets done, penalty try.
Yeah, you can see the difference in positions here. Very flat back. Corb's obviously struggling without a number 8, so they are a man down. And Manu Samoa here is quite long-legged, and he just goes out too early. And Exeter, you always know when a front row come through the other side and they're still intact, that they've had a good scrum, and you can just see them all three pop their head up there.
OK, so let's go through that, because that was an area that the referee constantly warned Northampton about, was that back 5 wheeling out the scrum. So talk us through what they're doing there.
So basically what you had here, both there, Alex wasn't in the best position, but he was trying to dig him out. But what Exeter did so well is they stayed together, and as Corbs went too early and brought his whole back 5 across, it meant that Exeter could just go straight through.
Yeah, so he's getting to the hooker there.
Yeah, he's straight underneath the hooker's throat.
Splitting the two. So if we go back, what happened was penalty try there. The very next scrum was a yellow card because they'd replaced Corbisiero with Alex Waller, and he wheeled out and got yellow carded. What's the difference? Why would he have been given a yellow card against the penalty try?
I think because the referee was, by this point, just wants the game to flow, so he's obviously looking to sort of, penalise the next person. Once you've had once, twice and a penalty try, someone's got to go, and unfortunately, Alex was probably the man in the wrong place at the wrong time. OK,
we're going to show one more, which is the sign of a good quality international player. You've been under pressure all game. He comes back on to replace Alex Waller. Look at the position he gets in originally. It doesn't look like a great scrummage position, that.
No, but look how strong Corbs is, and this is why he's so class. He literally waits and he waits, and as you can see here, Exeter, the feet start moving, and Corbs just waits, and then he's able to dig him out. There he goes, and once he gets underneath you like that, he's so good and destructive. That's what causes all the trouble.
Just that elbow, being able just to keep it off the ground enough times for the referee to paint a picture that he's trying to stay up. Absolutely brilliant. Mearsy, fantastic. Good to have a real expert on. Thank you, guys.